It's 7:35 and 66 seconds. Elevated order.
Commissioners have had the opportunity to review the agenda and have no conflicts requiring recusal or abstention. Commissioner McPherson?
Yes.
Commissioner RCOC?
Yes.
And our third seat is vacant.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I get everybody to still stand in honor of, have a 60-second pause for 9/11. Thank you, everybody. Okay, do a roll call. Okay. Pledge allegiance to approve the agenda. So moved. Second, is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? None being, a motion carries. Number 4, public comments. All speakers should limit their address time to 3 minutes for the discretion of the chair. So with that, we have one person here that signed up. Is there anybody calling in? Okay. Ms. Marilyn Leadham.
Good afternoon. My comments are directed mostly to the effects your poor management of our roads and their construction, especially in Farmington and Farmington Hills, is concerned. I'll start with Inkster Road, complete closure south of 12 Mile. Posted detour, Middle Belt Road from 11 to 12 Mile. So what happens? You have some sort of coating sprayed on the concrete barriers over the 696 freeway with flagmen directing traffic this week. No notice, and the flagmen aren't doing their jobs because traffic notice on 12 Mile and south of 11 Mile were backed up. They couldn't even cross and go through the intersection. Then we take Orchard Lake Road between 696 and 13 Mile. Earlier this summer, it was for sewer work. Posted detour was Farmington Road, which also had sewer work going on. Currently, you have resurfacing of Orchard Lake from 696 to 13 Mile in progress. But because it involves the intersection of 12 Mile and Orchard Lake, there have been various configurations of traffic flow which are confusing and are a nightmare most of the time, but especially during rush hours. 12 Mile road traffic is down to 1 lane of through traffic. And because of the closure of eastbound 696, which I know you don't have any control over, extra traffic exits the freeway at Orchard Lake, adding to the congestion. Haggerty Road between 13 and 14 Mile is closed for placement of a new drainage ditch and replacement of the roadway over that drainage ditch. Eastbound 12 Mile east of Middleville has been closed for most of the summer. Posted detour is 13 Mile. There's construction on 13 Mile in places. Traffic on Middleville northbound is usually backed up half a mile during rush hour. I know because I drive that road every single day. Earlier this summer, 12 Mile west of Orchard Lake had 1 lane closed for a month. There are closures on 13 Mile. I believe most of them are west of Drake, but don't quote me on that. And there are new cones up at 14 Mile in Middleville as of yesterday or Monday. Farmington Hills has been unfairly targeted. These road closures are not your projects, then you should be coordinating them so that less people are affected by the traffic closures. Thank you.
Did you reach out to the road commissioner, Marilyn? Make any phone calls or anything?
I had not,
This is your first time addressing this?
just this week, not being able to get over 696, that was the final straw.
Gary, is there any way we can have somebody call her or follow up with her and explain it to her?
Just kind of keep her lay of the land so she knows what's going on. Because I know we're 15, 16 more months in this. 15 more months, correct?
Yeah, we have their contact information. We'll have somebody reach out to you to walk through their concerns in more detail.
We got more work planned for next year, just so you're aware of it. I don't want to tell you something that ain't,
Right.
you know, have your hopes up and then have you back here again.
But like
Yeah.
anything else, 3-4 years from now, you'll be a happy camper.
If I'm around that long. At 76, you never know.
Well, thank you for your voice. We appreciate it. Anybody else wishing to speak or to address us? If Then we'll go on to 4A. Agreement of the 2025-28 agreement with the operating engineers. Is there a second? I'll second that. Is there any discussion? So they met, this is how many bargaining people? This first one?
A little over 220.
220? And they met like 5, 6, 10 times?
It was probably 6 or 7 times, yeah.
Okay. And both parties got something out of it and everybody's happy?
Well, it's negotiations.
That's
Nobody.
why I'm asking, there's
Right.
lots of people, get something out of it on both ends, is what's supposed to happen, you know?
Into a tentative agreement. And they've ratified it, so.
And this will take us to 2028.
In 2028.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Need the interchange.
Not all of them. Thank you. Don't go very high. Appreciate you guys getting this done. Thank you. We appreciate it. What's your name? Thank you.
Vince.
Vince what?
England.
Favor? Richard what? Sigmund. Sigmund? Yeah, Hutchins. Yeah, Hutchins. 60. Jay Graham. Nice to meet you guys. There's 2 contracts here, right? Or just 1?
One.
Okay, item number 5. Minutes of the August 22nd, 25 meeting. Need a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
Against? None being, motion carries. 6. A, B, and C, I guess we'll do.
Moved.
Second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Against? Motion carries. Item number 7.
Recommend that the board approve the permits submitted by staff.
So moved.
Second, is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Against? None being? Motion carries. Item number 8, with a resolution.
We can do A through G. Chairman, it's recommended that the board accept the deeds and easements for recording.
So moved.
Second, is there any discussion? No discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None being? Motion carries. Item number 9.
Recommended that the board approve the listed road closures.
So moved.
Second, is there any discussion? None being? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? None being? Motion carries. Item number 10.
A through D is recommended that the board approve the listed appropriations transfer.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None being? Motion carries. Item number 11, contract authorization.
Do A through E here as well. It is recommended that the board approve the listed contract authorizations.
So moved.
Second, any discussion? I'm gonna say yes. I have a question on the Troy office renovation. There's, looks like 2 extras on there. Was that unforeseen or part of the contract? Did they miss it or?
They did not miss it. The first was joining the new building with the old building for water sealing so that the two merged and there were no leaks in between the two. And then the second one, I'm sorry, I flip-flopped it. The other one was for a swale on the west side of the building so that water didn't run in, and it was some regrading work.
So it was on and beyond
It
our,
was beyond the initial scope.
and it
Yeah.
had like a 10% built into that for extras or with the original contract with Quadrant?
No, these are extras. They wouldn't build. We didn't have any contingency.
You don't put us, sure.
No, not in the bid. It's only in the estimates, in advance.
Because I like to, when we do like a low bid and you see some extras added up, that throws a red flag up to me a lot of times, because it all ain't inclusive in the future. So if they bid, I'd like to monitor that, But all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? None being, motion carries. Item number 12.
It's recommended that the board approve the local cost participation agreement with the city of Novi.
So moved.
Second. Is there any discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries. Item number 13.
It's recommended that the board approve the contract with the Michigan Department of Transportation for the Traffic Operations Center funding.
So moved.
Second. Is there any discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Motion carries. Item 14.
RCOC took bids for automotive bulbs and lamps. It's recommended that the board split the bid as noted in the memo.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? None being, motion carries. Item number 15.
Road Commission took bids for the traffic signal construction at Pontiac Trail and Walnut Lake Road. It's recommended that the board award the bid to J Rank Electric.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Is this something that we've done in the past and we're subbing out?
We do. install traffic signals. This traffic signal itself had a lot more work than we would probably normally do. So that, and the developer wanted it quickly, so that's why we did out the work. We don't, but the road commissioner, but my staff does install traffic signals on a regular.
What was the bigger part of this that we couldn't handle?
It's a huge intersection. It's very large, and there's a lot of concrete work out there. So it was more cost effective for us to do it with a contractor. But we take all of that into consideration before we make any decisions about what ones we're using a contractor for and which ones we're doing in-house.
Do we have enough people in our departments to do the work?
Yes, we are adding more people to that department to be able to do that work.
So if we had the people in there, we still would have, we had, at capacity with all our
They
employees.
could do some of the work. They couldn't do all of the work. Because there's ADA requirements for the ramps and landings and sidewalks, which our staff does not do. We typically contract that work out because we don't have the equipment to do that type of work.
Can we purchase that equipment so we can in the future?
That's something I can certainly check into.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, none being, motion carries. Item number 16.
Recommended that the board approve the traffic control order.
Second, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none being, motion carries. Item number 17.
We'll go around on the table here. Hear from each department director on their department. We'll brief about what their department does, and then some brief highlights on some major changes going on.
How many employees are in each one?
I guess I'll start off with mine.
All right.
Actually yours, you could argue, but it's the Board of Commissioners. There's two of you. And the primary portion is the audit review, and that's what went up this year, the continued more requirements in the audit department. That's the only significant change in their area. And also in that area is the safety banquet as well. Then the other next department would be the managing director's office. And there's been no significant changes. Primarily in there is our biggest components of that are the postage, which we use for a lot of projects and public relations, as well as advertising in that area. So otherwise no significant changes.
Okay, thank you.
Daryl?
Okay, well, as you're aware, the maintenance department is in charge of maintaining the roads, pothole patching, shoulder work, mowing brush and removal of snow and ice. So in the budget, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share where we've changed things by more than 5% from previous years. Being a small one, it's only $500, but it is a 50% increase on our membership fees and dues. Fees are going up, and we have employees that are joining more affiliations, such as APWA and such as that. Safety control expense has gone up 15%, $7,500, and that's based on inflationary expected costs going into next year. Barricades went up 66%, but again, $2,000, and that's just to replace aged and damaged barricades. Let's see, cold patch. I'm going to do this one in two parts. We have a line item of cold patch and patching material. The patching material is hot mix. The cold patch is cold. And what we're doing is there's a 20% change in both of those. It's because we're balancing out those line items because we're now using that material called mastic. It's considered cold. And we've been using it more and more over the years. So we're just getting into that fine definition of how much we're going to do each year. It used to be all hot mix. Now the cold patch is included, so we're getting that decline more clearly each year. Salt went up 7%, $306,000. And that's again based on inflationary costs. Wrap went up 25% or $5,000. We're using a lot more of a 3x1 stone that falls under the wrap category, and also the state's having us use some different materials than just regular gravel shoulders. Signs and materials, same things, up 50%, up to just up $5,000, and again, replacing damaged in H signs and materials in the stands or whatever. So overall, the supplies and materials is about $326,000 over or 5% from last year. Our maintenance contracts, the big change there is asphalt paving is up 140%, and that's due to last year or this current year we did not do asphalt paving. We focused on concrete. This year we're going to be focusing on the asphalt paving and taking up the concrete work. So we want to have concrete patching work in 2026. Let's see, our curb sweeping is up 33%, $126 or $126,000, and that's for additional miles and anticipating inflationary increases. The miles I'm talking about is you guys are approving all these tubs that are going in South Lyon, Novi, so we have to add those to the contract. We did a reduction in our professional services, and $40,000. It was just some work that we brought back in-house. That's a 50% reduction. We had a crushing and screening contract. Again, it's 11%, but only $8,000. And what that is, it's a placeholder because we collect wrap from contractors. Piece of the Southfield yard, that's probably the biggest area that we get it. Contractors will give us the material free because they don't want to haul it too far. So our yards are usually pretty close. So then what we do is once we get a large pile, we will crush and screen that material and use it on our roads, typically in the spring, during the fall. It's a very good material for gravel roads to stabilize the saturated, wet gravel roads. Let's see, crushing, screen, outside equipment rental, we're dropping a little bit. And we haven't been renting as much as equipment as we've had in the past. We've bought, over the last few years, we've bought some specialty equipment, mini excavators, graders, and our Vector fleet is in better shape than it was years ago. So we're not made a cut there. Disposal of hazardous waste, that's up 87%, well, $70,000, and that's really based on the deer carcass contract. Seems like more and more deer, the more they get hit, the more seem to grow. So there's a lot of hits out there. That's a big contract expense for us, but it goes under disposal of hazardous waste. And then the big one is road equipment. That's up 447%, $4,006,025. And this year we're getting, last year we took 10 tandems off the purchase because we were still waiting for 10 at the time. So this year we're going to be getting 8 tandems and 4 tractor semis. So that's why there's that big change in equipment. So overall, it's about a 26% increase to the budget, but most of it is the preservation overlays on the asphalt and the equipment.
What's the total amount?
Total amount of it,
What about your overseer?
$38,181,264.
How many employees do you have in your department?
It's a little over 200 between the hourly and the district staff. It's probably, I think, around 211, I think.
And are you at capacity or you need more help?
We're working with HR getting, we're about 12 bodies short of being at full capacity. And we're currently working with HR doing interviews.
And how are we with employee retention and,
well, a lot of us,
do we have a question, do we get them and they keep leaving or are they staying? Got a revolving door?
well, you got a lot of retirements. There's some separations, for a number of reasons. Some of them, as Danielle mentioned, they're filling up their area. Some of our people transfer into traffic safety. So that creates a vacancy in our department. So it's a variety of reasons.
All right. Are we going to participate in the Suburban Auto Showcase for Career Day? They have a big show every year at Somerset
Well,
in November.
I'll have to check our schedule, and I don't have it all memorized.
Oh, it'd be nice if we had a appearance at that. That they truck in 10,000 kids from across the state with buses.
We've been there before. I was there several years ago.
I would like us to be part of that this year.
Well, one thing I will tell you is we have a number of employees that volunteer to go to touch a truck, kids build. Yeah, so that's some things that we're doing also, and they get pretty good responses from that. I think the last one, they had over 2,000 people attend, another one was about 4,000, so.
Yeah. This is a big one though for FBI, firefighters, trades, medical. I think we might have a success right there with that, And they discussed it, the lady that puts it on was at the economic meeting Wednesday, Oakland County. Did a little presentation.
Yeah, David Zernikowski, customer service. The department encompasses the call center, permits, and the weighmaster. There are 22 employees, and I have a lot less items than Daryl. So my budget is virtually the same as it was last year. So that's it.
And your equipment's all up to date and
Yes.
nothing's outdated and.
Well, we're good, and nobody leaves.
So you get the calls and then you screen them and address them.
We get the calls, and then they get basically disseminated through the entire organization. And then once it's answered in the district or another department, it comes back. And then if the people leave the information that they want to be contacted back, we either email it to them or we phone them back. Yes, that's the call center.
Yeah, any questions?
Same budget.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Sam Fitzer, Director of Engineering. The engineering department's budget is consistent from previous years. The engineering department consists of 5 divisions: the programming division, design division, right-of-way division, construction division, and subdivision improvement and development division. And we are in large part responsible for delivering the road and bridge projects that are identified within the road improvement program. Road improvement program's budget, the non-departmental budget, and this year is a little over $62 million. And and that's about 11% increase compared to last year's road improvement program budget. I guess part of that budget, part of that 62 million is 26 million of that is MTF money.
And how many people are in your department?
There are 77 budgeted positions, and of those budgeted positions, there's 21 engineering positions within the department.
And are we fully staffed? Are we short engineers? We've got too many engineers. We got 30% ready for retirement. Where are we at?
So we are not fully staffed at this time. Now, in terms of engineers, I believe we're missing about 4. We have 9 vacancies at this time, and about 5 of them are engineering positions.
So some of the other engineers got to do more work then to keep up.
That's correct.
And we have a plan in place to hire more.
We vet resumes with the HR department and interview as they come in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Danielle Deneau. I'm the Director of Traffic Safety. My department encompasses traffic engineering, signal systems division, our sign shop, and our electrical shop. We have about 80 employees in our area. We're responsible for maintaining signs, traffic signals, guardrail, attenuator. We oversee a contract for the installation of pavement markings, legends, and in-pavement route markers. That is probably the biggest part of our budget. It's about $3.5 million. We try to budget for traffic signal modernizations every year. This year it's up to about $1.5 million. We are getting some new equipment for our staff, and yeah, about it. The budget is up about 9% this year.
Okay, so you oversee traffic, sign division, what other one?
Traffic engineering,
So how many is in traffic engineering employees?
I think there's 9, 11.
And then,
Hold on, I can tell you exactly. I have 10 employees.
electrical, you have how many?
In my electrical division, I have 30.
30. And then the sign?
I have 28.
Are all these staffed at 100%?
I also have a traffic signal systems division, which has 14. Overall, I am down about 10 positions.
Have a plan in place?
Yeah.
Because I hear stuff about the electrical where we don't have enough master electricians. Is that a problem?
We have hired 7 new people to be in that department within the last since April.
And I understand we have our own accredited apprenticeship program.
Correct. Yep.
We're putting people through it and they're making it through and turning out.
Yep. That's our plan. So yeah, we'll be adding more hopefully because this fall. And like Daryl said, you know, when we post some of these positions, we take them from highway maintenance and vice versa. So come across and we train.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Swing around so I can see Jim.
You're the money guy, right?
Yeah, Tim Beecroft, the Director of Finance. We have 15 employees in our department and 3 divisions. Accounting division, budget and project accounting division, and payroll division. We're fully staffed the next few weeks. We just have a couple positions, but we usually don't have trouble filling those when folks do leave. In my specific budget, we have retirement administrative expenses for required audits and actuarial valuations. That's gone up. Just the cost of those have gone up. And it's a required external service. And overall, that's not much to my in an administrative.
All right. You've been in charge for like a year or 2 years?
Over 2 years now.
Okay, awesome. You got it down to a science now, right?
Hey, well, the science changes all the time. I appreciate it.
You got any questions for him, Bill?
All right, Brad Knight, Director of EEC, which we encompass transportation planning, environmental concerns, geographic information systems, or GIS, and we also oversee the IT division. Transportation planning oversees like all of our grants, our asset management, the federal committee stuff like that, environmental, stormwater, all of our pollution efforts, our endangered species, all the state and federal, environmental requirements. So those guys are busy as well. Our geographic information system, they oversee all the computerized mapping, our drone program, things of that nature, and then IT, which you guys know what IT does, all of our cyber, software, telephone, stuff like that. Our biggest budget items lie within the IT division. The number one is like software licenses. We're around $1.1 million a year. Excuse me. Telephone, all our telephones, cell phones, office phones, all our data, our internet, stuff like that. Is around almost $400K. Our enterprise system, all our financial software that goes through Tim's division. We oversee all of our cybersecurity. And the other big one is our computer replacement program. We're on a 5-year cycle, so we replace all the computers, of them every year over a 5-year cycle. Really cost effective that way. Our budget, we oversee around $3.5 million a year. We have 12 employees. We're fully staffed. Budget's roughly the same. It fluctuates with software licenses, because software licenses keep going up and up and up, and it's around 3 to 7% a year for software licenses. So it fluctuates. Sometimes we can save money by bundling it, like a 3-year license or a 5-year license as opposed to 1-year license. So we do that as much as we can, as much as the company allows. So overall, we're roughly the same as what we are. A couple percentage, percent higher, but nothing too crazy.
Questions? Thanks. I have grants. How many people we got that do the grant writing?
2 and a half. if you count.
Now, is that a revolving door with interns or?
Nope, no, two fully staffed, college educated, you know, they've been in those positions a long time, so. I mean, at times, if we can get grant funding to help pay for grant writing, we'll go for a consultant just to free up time for our people, but it's fully paid for by the grant. So a lot of times the grant writing has money in it for the grant writing itself. So those are the ones we like to go after for our consultants.
All right, so that, I mean, that's a big part, right, those grants.
Oh, absolutely.
I know a lot of cities and communities are struggling to get good grant writers, so.
Yeah, we go after as many as we can, especially the federal grants. Federal grants are, you know, that's the big money, the ticket grants right there, so.
All right, so we're like the leaders, the road commission and the state for.
Yeah,
grants?
we get a lot of calls from local agencies and, you know, to help support them with grants, how we've written grants in the past. I mean, we have a really good staff on hand to help to write those.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Lori Doran, I am filling in for Mary Gillis, who is off on leave. She is the Director of Central Operations. Central Operations Department has 4 divisions. The first division being 3 people, the Office of the Director, which also includes the Fleet Manager, and he purchases new equipment for the entire agency. Within the Central Operations Department budget is 1 van and 4 2-wheel drive 3/4-ton pickups. So he purchases vans, SUVs, and cars for the agency, but everyone else within their budget, they have the larger heavy-duty equipment within their budget. Heat and utilities, gas, water, and electric, just like everybody else. That was a 14% increase this year to the budget. When you hear DTE talking about rate increases, it does impact us as well. So DTE and Consumers Power had rate increases this year. Our other division, second division, is our equipment repair garage. Those are our mechanics, and they repair the existing fleet, and it serves the entire agency fleet. So at 7 locations. The equipment repair budget was up by 42%. That is post-pandemic parts costs that never went down. Tariffs, we are working to extend the life of our aging fleet while we're waiting to take new delivery or delivery of new equipment every day. There are 25 people in that division. The purchasing division, which has a purchasing volume of $17 million, they do their solicitations, procurement cards, travel, inventory control, our Pony Express, it delivers your mail run interagency, and that includes inventory, which is roughly $5.6 million worth of inventory spread out at 10 different locations. Diesel fuel actually had a 9% decrease in our budget this year, just due to the refinery premiums are starting to return to pre-pandemic levels. So our diesel went down in our budget this year. And then lastly, we have 7 employees in our buildings and grounds division. That is all our RCOC properties, garages, buildings, fuel islands, and janitorial. We have the only janitorial line item serving the entire agency. That went up by 166%. That was an increase this year. Pulp and paper market increases are huge, post-pandemic price increases, and post-pandemic use has gone up. So it's serving the entire agency. Storage facilities, we had a 150% increase to our budget for storage facilities, being fuel tanks and fuel islands that are being replaced. Buildings is $105,000 as a budget line item. We are replacing 5 HVAC units, 1 at our Southfield garage, 4 at our PBR admin building, and garage door grade replacements at several locations. And then lastly, our maintenance contracts fall under buildings and grounds, which is Terminix, Guardian Alarm, Fire and Burglar, and Recycling. And there are, did I say 7 people? So roughly 45 people total in our department.
Are you fully staffed?
We are, with the exception of 5 or 6 mechanics, and we are working with human resources every day to bring in new mechanics.
We allocated that 60,000, that's for the overtime for the mechanics?
Yes, to work on our new Peterbilt trucks that are coming in for highway maintenance to get ready for snow removal and winter maintenance. Yeah,
It was a lot of overtime.
yeah.
Now, are the mechanics, are they getting close to retirement? Do we have, something set up to fill that gap?
I don't think we have any that are really close. We have a nice young group of, I'm trying to think, looking around. I don't think we have any that are really close to retirement age. But we're always looking long-term to fill. Absolutely.
The mechanics are probably working 60 hours a week or more?
Right about now, yes, as we go into winter maintenance, absolutely. Summertime's a little slower, but as we ramp up to get everything a fleet readiness, going into winter, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You go. Okay. Good afternoon, Jennifer Henderson, General Counsel, Head of the Legal Department. The Legal Department has two sides of the house. With our risk management division, that's our small division. Risk management has 2 employees, our risk management coordinator and our safety program coordinator. So risk management is in charge of insurance, working with our brokers to secure our policies on an annual basis, managing the self-insurance program, pursuing an employee wellness program, planning safety banquet. So you can imagine even the day-to-day stuff in terms of workers' comp and other. Heaven forbid there's an auto accident and we have to deal with an auto insurance policy issue. So the team does a great job in getting the best rates that we can, best coverage that we can, and coming in on budget. Our budget this year for insurance premiums was just over 1.4 million. And then slightly under budget, so we were happy about that as well. The legal side of the house has 6 employees, myself, 2 other lawyers, 2 paralegals, and our administrative support person really supports both sides of the house, both legal and risk. So we are fully staffed with the 8 of us. Obviously, the legal department oversees the litigation, whether we're bringing the litigation or whether we're defending litigation, works on abandonment, works on condemnation, so works with our engineering and right-of-way departments with respect to that. Freedom of Information Act request, drafting and review of contracts, whether they're MDOT, tri-party, and you name the contract, we have 5 hands on it. So we work a lot with a lot of the internal departments as well as external, similar to Brad and some of the other departments. We're a resource for other county road commissions across the state. We're the only road commission that has an in-house legal department of the 83 across the state. So we're happy to be that leader and be that resource for the road commission.
And our total budget is what for?
Just crossed the 1 million mark, $1 million for the first time. So the only line item increase was our safety control expense line. So that's the, the boots, the safety goggles, things that are the personal items that the individual employees secure through our safety control expense program. That was the only increased line item. Everything else remains the same.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, Sean?
Thank you.
I'm the Director of Human Resources for the agency. Human Resource Department is responsible for providing centralized human resource services for all active employees and retirees. Basically, our scope of services includes employee and retiree health and welfare benefit management, compensation planning, management and review, employee and labor relations management, talent acquisition and retention, employee training and development, and employee and retiree resource center, meaning when an employee or a retiree has a question about something, a lot of organizations have it outsourced to a call center. We do not. We take all the calls centrally right in our office. I have a staff of 8 employees. The budget for the department is 2.5 million. Primarily, there's no significant changes in our department budget for the year. We also manage a portion of the non-department, which are a lot of our, I want to say health benefits, specifically like the active and the retiree prescription and healthcare, dental insurance, things like that. Those elements of the non-department that we oversee is approximately $19 million.
We're a self-funded plan.
We do offer both self-funded and fully funded plans to choose from.
You know how many's in one, how many's in the other?
Offhand, I could not from an active and retiree perspective, but I can get that for you if you're interested.
Then we have a subsidized Medicare Advantage plan too for employees.
We do not.
And are you fully staffed and, okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's all, yeah.
What about our PR?
The managing director office. He's the big spender in our department.
All right. Is there any, I need a motion to approve the budgeted review of all the departments? Don't need to do that, okay. All right. New business?
Mr. Chairman, I have no new business.
Old business? I asked at the last meeting about the DEI program to have it on the agenda, and it's noted in the minutes.
Future meeting.
I thought it was going to be today.
I think they have to pull together some reports.
Yeah, we're pulling that together.
Okay.
When it's the next meeting, next one, Dennis will be in touch with you on what we're
Okay. And then I had another issue with the morale. Do we have, last time we talked, you wanted to get the contract done and you think the morale will get better? Do we have a update or plan in place or?
Well, having the contract signed certainly is helpful with that. No doubt about that, but we continue to work on every day is work on morale. And we're always trying to improve everything we do here, including morale.
Okay. As Dennis said, a lot of people are afraid to say stuff when the department heads went out, and Dennis was talking about having an outside source come in and do a thing. I don't know if that's in the works or what.
That is in the works, and he was discussing, I thought he had some discussion with you last time, but that's in the works.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, to do that. I think.
Just want to make sure we keep that. I want that in the minutes too, so we bring it up again. And then another item I had was with the signs on the, or the decals on any Oakland County Road Commission vehicle. I brought this up 3 times. You come back with a small one, and he's going to come back with another one. I haven't seen that yet. But I do know we have quite a few stickers like that one right there on the podium. And we could, I'm sure we got 100 of those in stock. And we do make them in-house, don't we?
No, we do not make those. We do not make the decals in-house. We order those.
For the vehicles?
For the vehicles, yeah, because we want specialized, we have specialized, material for that. So, so the decals that we have are not that. So the small one that we got, requested another size. It hasn't arrived. I checked on that today. So as soon as that comes in, I will get that down to Donna.
I think you have a spec on it, right?
Yeah, I'd like to be like 1 foot by 3 foot, like 2 of these papers put together. This big. 11 by 17, yeah. But I would like to try to have this done in 30 days.
I'm trying to get that.
If not, we can use those ones temporarily. The ones I've seen in a shop, you know.
But they'll take the paint off the car, so that's
That
why
kind of stuff can rub out.
well, I'm working on
When you
it.
tear paint off, you can't rub it out.
Yeah.
That's the special material
Yeah.
that goes on there, where you want the right material going on.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And actually the blue lines that are on there, they don't stick on the vehicles anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're updating the decal so that that's embedded into it. So,
Yeah.
because we've had a lot of problems with, keeping that look
Yeah.
that we have.
And do we need to put this in our policy manual or, put this in our policy manual?
When you say this, do you mean having
The
the,
stickers on all Oakland County Road Commission vehicles within 30 days of purchase? That way we ain't gotta go through all this, it'll be an automatic thing and,
Well, our staff actively does do that. As vehicles come in, we actively put the appropriate stickers on each vehicle, whether it's on the doors or the rear fenders with our, 1-800 number or that type of information. As the vehicles are coming in, we're placing the decals on it, but we had to update the decal because of the material that we use. So that's why it's been taking a little bit longer than normal.
We're in the process of already updating.
We were in the process
That's
of
what's the way,
updating it.
we have
Yeah.
two things going on here. That's what's dragging it out. But
Right.
once this is settled here shortly, then as new vehicles come in, they're automatically
They're automatic.
all right.
So all of Daryl's equipment, as it comes in, we decal it as soon as it comes in. So,
All right, but I would like to get this implemented. So what do we need to do have in our policy? Do we'll have something for the next meeting, then, all right. And then, hey, one other item, the Peterbilt trucks we got sitting in the lot, and we're supposed to be putting some wings on there to plow the snow. Are they all gonna adapt and fit, or we gotta get new ones?
Fit.
All gonna fit?
They are coming in. I just announced we got 15 in of 34 as of today. 3 are coming in today, yes. Yep, they are all gonna fit.
And then we had a crane that was on a truck on the sign department that we spent quite a bit of money for, and we couldn't use it.
Okay?
What are we doing with that?
I will have to look into that one.
It was like a crane on the back of a sign truck that they purchased, and it wasn't compatible, or
Is it still on it?
they couldn't use it,
No,
so they
they-
took it off it, yeah.
Can I look into that and
Yeah,
get back
yeah,
to you, please?
Yeah. But I hate to see a $15,000 waste, whatever it costs, We bought it and it wasn't proper size, or who ordered it, or what did we do wrong,
And I will get back to you.
Well, it's never a waste, and we'll make sure it gets right. It's always,
Yeah.
I mean, they're not just gonna sit, it's being,
Yeah, I heard they sent it over to the fleet one where you sell stuff at an auction,
I
but I don't know. Yeah.
just, the information was good for facts about what's going
Okay.
on, okay?
All right.
Cool.
You have anything, sir? Good. All right, next meeting, when's our next meeting date?
24.
Yeah.
November 25th?
25th.
this is,
25th.
this is the
I need a motion to adjourn. Second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You can do that. I don't know how to answer a question.
I know.
I send over the tin to see. Have them go with it.
I think mainly if you could plus. We'll find a way.
Sure.
That we go back to what happened at the next board meeting, you officially approve the budget. Right.